You know what's so wild that I never thought I would make? I thought I would never have to make a Just King Vibe video. When I heard that Just King Vibe was Just King Groomer, I fucking basically died inside. Because I'm like, bro, I was befriending this guy again. I wanted to have fun with this guy again. I wanted to talk to him, play video games with him. I basically wanted to make a new friendship with him because he was chill now. He wasn't that desperate to get views and stuff, right? But when I heard he was Just King Groom instead of Just King Vibe, I was surprised and overall annoyed because I have uploaded a video at a time exposing the drama that was going on in OG Network, right? Now, welcome to my retirement garden. This is where I post random memes and talk to friends that I'm still friends with. And it's crazy because now it's my archives to archive everything. It's crazy. Basically, Fwig was around 13 to 14 years old. Just King Vibe was 17 years old. He claims to be 17, but all his friends always knew he was 18. So all his friends called him an 18-year-old having a crush on 14-year-old Fwig. A 4 years age gap, and even worse, he's already an adult and Fwig is a goddamn child, right? And it's crazy because I never expected that from him. And all of his friends legit exposed him. They legit said that what he did was true. And for evidence, here's the screenshot of the chats between Vive and Amy, which you have to admit, these are very weird. Quote, 24th of April, 2024, 09:38. I had to stop coming to you when I'm depressed and feeling yapful. I need to keep this friendship as professional and Minecraft talk as much as possible. Or yap hours is making me feel something for you that I can't. I don't want that to ruin our friendship, and that's why I want to keep it as professional as possible. He later on states, you don't think I'm weird. Big response, haven't you told me before about part of that? And by response, yeah, back when I was still 17, and I thought I forgot about it. Last couple of weeks brought it back and it's been killing me, so I need to say something. Fwig responds back, but yeah, hope you understand I don't feel the same way back. I see you as a really close friend. And Vibe responds, yeah, I know. And then he responds, I thought you forgot actually. So, what happened when he was 17? This is what happened when he was 17. So this is basically the context. On 8th of May 2024, a day after I said that I was going to drop my last video in OG Network, which I uploaded that night, this man said, what happened, which is me, by the way. You told me it's me. That's me. Right? I said, what happened to the Dream State Discord, which was a little group that he was making so he can make a new town, right? In the OG Network server, right? He said, I'm perm quitting everything. I said, why? The fuck's going on? I'm so confused. I don't have the context. And then Vibe responds by saying the most awful and the most obnoxious thing I ever heard. Quote Vibe. So basically, I'm a pedo for having feelings for Fwig when I was a minor. And we stayed friends after I turned 18. And a lot of people unadded me and blocked me. I respond with a, oh, never expected that to drop. Insane. So after that dropped, a lot of his own friends and Aurora admins leaked it. For example, Cragion leaked it. He leaked the entire conversation where I got the evidence. And not just that, he even tried to defend himself, which is the most idiotic thing he said. Now, I don't have the date for this, but let me tell you, it's the same date this dropped. The same date, 8th of May. He quotes, I didn't do anything sexual or make her do anything. I told her how I felt because I needed to. Nothing bad happened and I don't like pedos and would rather die than be one. Fwig and I were just friends and we did nothing other than talk about Minecraft, play Minecraft, and have some needed mental health talks. She helped me through a dark time in my life and I'm grateful for that. When I turned 18, of course, I still had these feelings. You can't just turn them off like a switch, but I did nothing with those feelings. And bent it into Carney, who said they will keep everything I said a secret. Obviously, you will have sticks up your asses if you think I will be a pedo. Thank you. Now here's the thing, right? When he defended himself, he said that, and quote, she helped me through a dark time in my life, and I'm grateful for that. Why would a minor who isn't even a trained therapist help you through a dark time in your life? She's a minor, 13, maybe even 14. You're a grown as adult, 17 to 18. You should be talking to a counselor or a social worker, not a minor on the internet. And then you also said that when I turn 18, of course, I still had these feelings for you. It's just wild. And you even quoted, you can't just turn them off like a switch, but I did nothing with those feelings and I vented it to Carly. You basically admitted that when you were 18, you had feelings for a minor. Now after this, there was a lot of people and enthusiasts talking crap about him and overall in Armatet. And it's insane because before this came out, it was publicly announced that Jassy, which I think he was a mod, I don't remember too much anymore, that he supported CP, basically cheese pizza. That's what he did, right? And it's so insane that a few days after he exposed and overall he was exposed, that Jassy was exposed, he was exposed of being a groomer. And it's insane because before he came out publicly, and I quote what Gamesy said on 18/5/24, he said, quote, before he came out publicly, I begged him for a month to leave her alone because I didn't know who to tell or what to do since almost everyone treated pedophilia and grooming like a joke on OG. Which is so sad to see because OG Network doesn't treat this seriously. It's insane. And here's the thing, here's another one, Gamsey, 18/05/2024. Vibe's a moron who decided to groom a 14-year-old emotionally. That way, he could have a baby therapist who wouldn't tell him he was wrong because they're scared he'd kill himself. All while he had a crush on said 15-year-old and lied that she was 15 for some fucking reason and kept the crush even when he both knew it was wrong and was told by multiple people, multiple times to quit talking to her because he's definitely a problem. Now we're gonna get to the good stuff. The sleepy discussion. And basically, that is the reason that made me talk about this again. Because Taffy, aka Just Groom Minors, came back. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't understand the joke, Just Groom Minors is a joke on JustKingVibe, right? So basically, this is where we begin. The chat log. Today at 14:29, or tomorrow, or yesterday, because I'm recording this one day on the 29th, yeah. I'm recording this in the 29th, right? Basically, this is what happened. Taffy joined the Discord server. I found out that, hey, wait. Who is this Taffy person? Why do they have the KingVibe profile picture? I clicked the DMs. It was JustKingVibe himself. Now, I was very serious and I was legit telling them, bleed. I legit said that. I said bleed. And Headshot responds with, she told me, fuck off. Headshot says to Taffy, aka Vibe Lord, you're Vibe Lord, right? I respond with the skull emoji. Shadow, one of a random guy, friend, right? He responds with brother. Random guy 7747. Dion 30, right? Headshot says, I'm the big one, 777. Shadow responds by saying, we need teammates, you told me. Now, I'm going to stay here for a bit in this area. Shadow, my man, dude, I like you. You're a pretty chill guy. But why would you want to have a groomer in your team? And Taffy said, aka JustKingVibe, I'm not a pedo. And yes, you are, Taffy. Don't care if you change your name to Joe Biden or something. You're gonna be a groomer in my eyes. Next image. Headshot responds, shut the fuck up. I respond, tell to that people who were your friend, buddy. And now that meant to be responded to Taffy, but I'm too dumb to respond back. So yeah. And then Headshot. On July 29th, he states, what happened in OG stays in OG. Which is the most stupidest answer I ever heard. Because I can't believe he said that. Saying that a groomer can stay behind in a groomer and that he's a new person. That's insanity. Anyways, Taffy responds back by saying, since I've gone to therapy and gotten medication for my bipolar, anxiety, depression, and shit. It doesn't matter, Vibe. Just because you take medication doesn't mean that it's going to remove the mark that has on your JustKingVibe name. You're still going to be a groomer in everyone's eyes in OG Network, and people who used to be your friend will still call you a groomer. Right? He responds back by saying, dog, I didn't groom. I was wrong for talking to her about my problems, but I didn't do anything sexual or force her into anything. And yeah, I had a crush on her when I was 17. She was 13. Remember? Remember, Vibe? You never stated an age. Next one. Then Headshot responds by, I honestly don't give a fuck of what happened in OG Network. And trust me, this Headshot character will be a repetitive character that you're going to see in this entire video. Then after that happened, We have the same screenshot, right? And it's crazy. It's crazy. This is right after I leak all of these. This entire conversation was leaked, right? After I leaked everything, this is what happened. Now, after that happened, I put it all in my announcements because I needed to archive it. And I did stated that I might get banned. And I was keeping the logs in because I might get banned. Now, Sharpmat, the leader of the group, one of the leaders, responds to my message. He responds with the quote around 3 p.m. He responds, "Shut the fuck up. I'm about to ban you. On God, shut the fuck up." In the end of the day, we now know Sharpmat and Big One, aka Headshot, are defending a child. I can't believe I'm saying this. Groomer. 1:43 p.m. saying, "Vibe literally had a crush on Fueg and is an adult dating a minor." Right? He later on responds by saying, "Fuck all of you," which was targeted at Sharpmat and Big One and also anyone who was defending him. Right? Later on, Jacko100. I think he's the man who. I think Jacko100 is the guy who leaked the information or leaked the DMs with Dog Steve and the Jinxie guy, the Jinji guy. I don't know his name anymore. Been too long. But he definitely lied about that right here. Responds with that. I leak more of the conversation. Jacko responds by saying, "I have the whole package," which it is because I'm leaking everything. And then I say a lot of things here, you know. Taffy leaves. Kraken responds back by saying he should never come back. And here's the entire conversation from Order, right? This is crazy as well because when Headshot says that you're Biblord, right? You played on OG. He responds, "Yes, ... Like, how do I say this? Like he didn't, and I quote, "groom a child," right? A minor to be in fact. When I found out about this, Little Soul Flarius, aka You Told Me, responds with a bleed because he deserves to bleed for what he's done. Right? Headshot responds back by saying that he doesn't care about the shit that happened with him, which he should care because he groomed a child. Right? Headshot later on responds to "You told me fuck off" after I said bleed. Shadow responds back. I don't know why you responded back, Shadow. You should have been the guy who had the common sense in this situation. He's like, "Brother, we need new teammates," you told me. It's insane how you will have to go and get a predator, not even a predator, a emotional child groomer on your side for a Minecraft server, right? Headshot responds back for real. Insane, right? I later on used a text message and because I don't want to type everything because, you know, it hurts my fingers and I want to make things quick and Discord has that feature. But I'm going off track. Basically, I sent a voice message and I basically stayed in that message. I don't have access to the Discord server anymore. But this is what I said. I said that he's a known groomer. He's been caught grooming a 13-year-old when he was 17. It's insane how you guys are basically adding a groomer to your team. It's crazy that you're making a pedophile join your team because you're out of teammates, right? I respond back in DMs or like in messages. I mean, you're cooked, right? Taffy, aka JustKingVibe, responds that I'm not a pedo. Headshot responds to "shut the fuck up," right? And I basically stayed back. This here was meant for JustKingVibe. I said, "Tell that to the people who were your friends, buddy," right? Headshot later brings the fact that I don't play Minecraft anymore and says why I'm talking. Headshot, if you're watching this video, I'm talking because this has to be exposed. I'm talking because you guys are defending a goddamn groomer, right? Shadow apparently hasn't heard about the news, so I mean, I gave him all the evidence already. I don't know what he's gonna do with that evidence, but he can read it all in once, and he can either admit that JustKingVibe is actually a groomer, or he isn't, right? Anyways, JustKingVibe responds back by saying that, "Hey man, that is on OG. We ain't in OG anymore, basically down here," which is insanity. Then Headshot responds by saying, "What happens in OG stays in OG for real, for real." This message here, I'm basically summarizing what happened to JustKingVibe and why he's known as JustGroomVibe, right? And I also respond back to Headshot calling it pedo network because it's basically saying that pedos can be allowed on here because they aren't in OG network, which is insane. Taffy later on responds by saying, quote, "Since then I got in therapy, got in medication for my bipolar, anxiety, depression, and shit." Now here's the thing, right? Doesn't matter how many pills you take for your depression, anxiety, bipolar, they're probably helping your symptoms right? But they're not helping the fact that you are a known child groomer and emotional groomer. So that can be fixed. You're a groomer in my eyes, right? Next, again, he said, after I basically respond back to that message explaining everything that he is and everything that he will ever be in my eyes, and explaining that the medicine won't work and won't cure everyone from knowing that he's a groomer. He later on responds saying, "Dog, I didn't groom. I was wrong for talking to her about my problems, but I didn't do anything sexual or force her into anything. And yeah, I had a crush on her when I was 17. You casually add that you had a crush on a 13-year-old when you were 17. Man, you're about to be an 18-year-old adult. And you had a crush on a minor. That's insane." I sent out more voice messages because I don't want to type an entire Bible. Next one, I said Common Pedo Network supporter because they're being supportive of him and defending him. And Headshot responds back by saying, "I honestly don't give a fuck what happened in OG. And I'd say, personally, I don't really care, man. But either way, teaming with a known groomer, I misspelled groomer on accident, my bad. But I basically say, personally, I don't care, man. But either way, teaming with a known groomer is crazy, right?" Headshot responds with, "I don't care." I respond with 4 clown emojis because apparently grooming in the internet to a minor, or grooming a minor isn't important to them, which is weird, right? Then, after he read my entire message of why it's wrong of having a groomer in their team, Taffy, aka again JustKingVibe, responds by saying, "Yeah, that's fair. I have gotten a lot of help now since then and all that, so let's put it aside for now and we can talk about it in DMs instead of throwing the Discord with it." And then Taffy leaves because he knows he can't beat me and he can't beat the allegations. Then Headshot is like, "Accept my friend request. I will be your silver knight. I'll glaze you forever and defend your predator allegations." And that's where this entire story ends, right? A couple minutes after that, Sharp Matt comes in and he's like, "Shut the fuck up. I'm about to ban you. On God, shut the fuck up." Sharp Matt, I can't believe you're defending a child groomer. Alright? Like, he's basically what he is. He's a child groomer who emotionally groomed a child. And that is what he will always be in people's eyes. They won't forget, they won't forgive. Because why the fuck will you forgive a predator like that? But after that happened, I got banned. Now this is the part where I lost brain cells and made me like have a headache. Because Headshot is basically glazing and defending a child groomer. And he's so crazy that he's so invested into invested on me stopping a bitch to a guy who I know was grooming a child, right? It's insane to me. So basically I sent him all the evidence. He said, "No, I've seen it already." I sent him the evidence anyways, right? Because no one forgives him and no one forgot. And he should never forget what he did, and he shouldn't be acting like it didn't happen, right? But then Headshot brings in at 026 saying, quote, "But have you seen the video where the white guy wears Mexican clothes and asks the Mexicans if it's offensive?" Headshot, what are you yapping about? How does racism have anything to do with grooming allegations or our crew? Like, why are you bringing race into it? Is it because my profile has the goddamn Mexican flag in it? Because if it is, then it's wild that you bringing in a card of race just so you can win in your little argument, right? And I literally said that's different. Headshot later on responds saying, and then goes and asks the white people if it's offensive. Headshot later says, "In what way?" Because one of them is a hate crime, the other one is a pedophilia act. And then he brings up one of my quotes that I always say, because people get mad on the internet and on video games a lot. And I always say, it's a block game or it's a pixel game. Headshot brings in, like you always said, it's just a pixel game. Dude, first of all, you said it wrong. I always say it's a block game. Alright? It's not a pixel game. I say it's just a block game. That's what I say. So correction there. But number 2, doesn't matter if it's a block game. He was emotionally grooming a child on Discord when he was 17. The child was 13. But he isn't the same. And it's just a game. We don't care. It's just a game that JustKingVibe was grooming a minor. Wild. It's insanity what you think, Headshot. That is just a game. Because at this point, you can call freaking EDP him talking inappropriately to a kid just a game. Calling Lion Maker situation, it's just a game. Skydo's Minecraft situation, it's just a game. That fucking violin lady who was talking about how she was molesting children, just a game. Said, quote, because you're making us look bad and there's no point. You're just being a bitch at this point. We don't think he's a pedo and we're just trying to play Minecraft. So I don't care. You're spreading the word though, and this wouldn't have been brought up at all if you haven't brought it up in the Discord. Are you religious? Not surprised. You're bringing both religion into this, and you're bringing the fact that you don't think he's a pedo. Interesting. Why are you bringing religion? All right? Doesn't matter if I'm religious or not over this conversation. Does religion matter in a conversation where there's a groomer involved in? No. This shouldn't matter. If you don't want to accept that, that's your problem, not mine. This combo is getting nowhere, bruh. I don't want to hear you yap anymore. Then I sent a screenshot, and I'm like, people change, That's why he did it again. I was surprised because I didn't know he did it again. I respond, huh? No way, for real? And Sinchi responds back saying, a 14-year-old and the 16-year-old are two different people. So yeah, that's again. Damn. I respond back to saying, damn. Was the 16-year-old the most recent one? Sinchi responds with yes. He told me, and he basically what he's trying to say is that Sinchi was told by JustKingVibe that the girl was 18. Then JustKingVibe changed it to 17. Then the girl DM'd Sinchi that she was actually 16. And when that happened, JustKingVibe was freaking out because she was actually 16. Now we go to Taffy. Now here's the thing with Taffy, right? This was after the accusations came out, right? 18th of May, like he explained. It was on May. He responds, he DMs me, and I'm like, why did you refriend me? And he was, I have the evidence out there. I gotta look for it, which I'm gonna put on the screen, the real DMs. But this is basically the conversation I had, right? And you can tell that he eliminated the messages because, there's a reaction of me, replying to something that he eliminated, right? This is still what's going on, right? This is the last evidence of him DMing me from Taffy, right? Yeah, sure, buddy. This is legit the last thing. And this is the last message he DM'd me. Bye, you told me. Now, what do I have to say after this entire situation? It's simple. He needs to stop being weird with kids, okay? He needs to stop being weird. It's insane how people like Sharmat and this little guy known as Goofy Eye Headshot are going to defend him. Because, at this point, as I said before, just invite EDP at your server. Invite Lion Maker. Invite Call Me Carson. Invite anyone who is considered a child groomer or a child predator on Discord. And it's in the irony of uniting for me for speaking out against him because I know the truth about him is wild. But yeah, we came to the conclusion of the entire rabbit hole. Now, I already gotten, as I told you, the entire Bible from our boy Headshot, right? I already got it, the entire Bible, right? I already showed it to you slowly, so you can pause and read what he was saying. At the same time, I shouldn't really have to do anything else about this. What happened, happened. I don't care if Headshot and Sharpman and the rest of the little squadron hate me. Because in the end of the day, if you fucking defend a child groomer or a child predator or a pedophile, you're not even good in my books, and I'd rather hang out with people I care about and people who are actually my real friends. But, I don't know. He's insane. But yeah, this is it, man. Headshot. I'm disappointed in you, man. Protecting and glazing on a child groomer. Sharpmat, I thought you hated pedophiles, man. At this point, just invite EDP in your server. Invite Lion Maker. Invite Call Me Carson. Invite Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast. You're cooked. But remember, this might not be the last OG Network update, just like Son of SMP was. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'm out.